Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? I should say good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing today? Since we have such a small group, why don't you guys go ahead? Why don't we just unmute yourselves and we'll have a conversation. So tell me what's going on in the UK. You guys, I know that you've got some, Sharon, I know you've got some exciting stuff going on with suppliers now.
I'm always doing something in the background. Obviously, I just have to keep it all buttoned until it comes to fruition. But the latest of JTA, I mean, who I can see, and I apologise because I know that there's a few on, but I can only see Fran and Tara's names. But Fran and Tara have actually both put a booking through JTA, and they've had their logins for 2 days. That is it.
Okay.
And they are both already off with the bookings.
So JTA is a big deal for you guys.
Huge. You guys obviously out there, Tara, Fran, sorry, I can't see who else I've got. Natalie. I think I've got 2 Natalies. You guys are obviously out there on the front line making the bookings. What do the 2 of you think of, or the 4 of you think of JTA so far?
Hang on a second. Amanda, post the number in the meeting number in the chat box.
Okay.
The meeting number to log in. Somebody asked. Sorry, go ahead.
Don't worry, I'm just wondering what these guys think of JTA, because I've hyped them up quite a lot through working with them in previous employments. But I'd just obviously like to know from you guys on the front line what your thoughts are on them.
I think JTA. No,
Sorry.
go on. No, you go. Sorry.
Thank you. I haven't actually tried them yet. I haven't done the training, so I can't comment, but I am all over it today.
Fantastic. No problem at all. I hope you'll appreciate the system. It's fantastic.
Yeah, so I think JTA are really good. I've obviously booked already with them, and also I've done a cruise quote which come out at really good value with really high commission compared to Gold Medal. So I'm looking forward to using them a lot more because they're a very good supplier.
So JTA covers cruises, land, air, they package, and by packaging, they've got ATOL.
Yes, they do. They have full protection, which also includes the low-cost airlines, which again is quite unheard of with other companies. So the low-cost airlines still include your full protection, river cruises as well as ocean cruises. Their system also has the tool to do multi-centers. So on the training, Chris from JTA did a very straightforward, I think it was New York, San Francisco, LA, and it genuinely took him maybe 3 or 4 minutes to put the whole itinerary together on Zoom for us, live availability.
So why do you need anybody else?
Exactly.
No.
I must say, sorry, Ron, I must say that one of the accommodation that I did price on Expedia Tap was cheaper than JTA. So we still need to look around.
Yeah, I was just kidding when I said that, by the way, guys. Going direct to the suppliers, you should always, hedge your bets and make sure you're looking at multiple sources so that your customer gets the best value. Because the worst thing that could happen is that you do a booking and then all of a sudden, somebody else comes, well, I saw it cheaper here, or I did that. You worked really hard, Sharna, in getting more suppliers on board. Give me a recap of what you're looking at and now you've got Carnival up, yes. Although they don't really do a lot in UK, but you've got Carnival. What about MSC?
MSC we've got.
Okay.
They're up and running. We have got so we do obviously have the contract in place for P&O, Cunard, Princess. They're just having some technical issues with allowing individual logins. We still have them available to book through Gold Medal and through JTA. But direct, not that there's any price difference. We have full price parity over here. So going to P&O direct compared to Gold Medal or JTA, there won't be any price difference. But I
Sorry,
do have.
Shana.
One, sorry.
I got 2 quotes, one from Gold Medal and one from GTA for a cruise. And for MSC, GTA turned out to be cheaper than Gold Medal, and also
That's
higher
fine.
commission.
With some cruise companies, they will have different commissions, meaning that they can offer different prices. But in the UK, P&O, Cunard and Princess do not change anybody's commission, so that nobody can beat each other's prices. It's just one flat price that every agent will get. So I do have a direct contract with them, but they're just having some technical issues with adding the agents in.
What's the commission on MSC that you got? What was the quoted commission on that?
Off the top of my head, I think it's 14 or 15.
Tara, do you remember?
So it was, I didn't get the percentage, but for a quote for 7146, the commission was 715.
Oh, so that's
So-
10%.
Well, 7146 would have included the port taxes and the fees
Of
It
course.
included everything.
and the non-commissionable. So your 10% of the gross is more like 14 or 15% of the
Yeah,
net.
maybe
So,
14, 15.
uh,
Yeah.
but I had a meeting with MSC yesterday. We were asking about the UK, and they were saying that we should be set up in the UK directly with them.
We are set up directly as well. I'll be totally honest, Ron, they don't have the most user-friendly system here. It's very, very difficult with regards to adding the flights and things like that on. Although I'm more than happy to do a training on it. So that, to tempt people to go directly to them, that's not a problem at all, but it isn't the most user-friendly.
Got it. Okay.
That is the only thing I would say.
When is Expedia due to have their air back? Has anybody talked to Expedia?
So I spoke to them, I want to say approximately 5 or 6 days ago, and it was the same as what we've been having every other time, which is that they are still working on it, which obviously is not ideal. And just that they keep pushing for it to be sorted. Although on the flip side, JTA as well, again, does sort of cover that because they are now using the same airlines as what Expedia would be able to use.
Okay.
So that does sort of cover that.
Okay. So that sounds good. It's how many suppliers do we have over there now?
Oh, gosh. In fact, I've got the Travel Cafe up here. Let's have a look for you. There's got to be around.
I was going to
15.
say, Sharna, we need to add MSC to your supplier page. I was just looking at it and we didn't have that in there.
Problem. I did notice just actually about half an hour ago that Fairmine hasn't been put on there either.
Okay.
But all Fairmine's trainings have been complete now. They were the ones that it was mandatory to have the training prior to anybody getting their login details. So I'll get that over to you as well, Amanda.
Perfect.
But
So-
there's got to be about 20 on there at the moment, Ron. I'm in talks with some of the direct hotel chains.
This is your scheduled time.
I also have another contract that's just being finalised with, not in the guidebooks. I'm more than happy to say this while there's other people attending because it's actually been complete. Again, there's just a little bit of a backlog with getting all agents added in to their system, but the contract itself is complete. They are niche in the fact that they do, for example, wine tasting in the south of France or gorilla spotting in wherever the gorillas are. I should not have put myself on the spot like that.
Sharna, let me ask you this. So between all the suppliers that we have, are there any holes anywhere that we need to plug that we're not able to sell because either a supplier doesn't offer, doesn't offer it, or one of the aggregators doesn't have, that particular. Are you pretty much covered with all the destinations that are being requested?
Yes. JTA even do rail packages.
Okay. And so the
Tom-
payment structure, your suppliers are in place.
Yeah, someone's just put Disneyland Paris, but I actually think JTA do Disneyland Paris as well. I will double check that, but something was mentioned about it on the training.
Okay. So my point is that you basically all your suppliers are in place. It gives you really good coverage so far. So we've reached that hurdle, or we've gotten over that hurdle. We've got the e-com pay in, so that platform is there and it's viable and ready to go, and being utilized. So you're making payments, making bookings. Okay, so what else do we need to do to help you guys grow the UK? What from the agent side, what is it that you would like to see that I could get our staff to start working on, or to work on, in terms of helping you to grow your business in the UK and attract other agents?
I recently went into a meeting with Sarah Rogers, and she was amazing, and she gave like very in-depth information of how to do things. Sorry. So I was thinking that maybe more of these meetings with agents that are platinum and the top agents could be great, because I got really inspired, and I am doing exactly what she said, and I am getting a lot of people asking me how to become a travel agent.
Okay. So are the agents in the UK, are you doing primarily more bookings? Are there any recruiters out there? Are you guys, do you think that you're more of a balanced, some recruiting, some booking? What is it so one of the things you'd like to see is more presentations by leaders?
Yes, that would be lovely.
Okay, like a Sarah or other platinums that are out there, as far as opportunity presentations. Is there anybody in the UK that is doing presentations on an ongoing basis?
What do you mean?
Well, Sarah Rogers is doing it, but you guys could do your own as well. If you had the presentation, you could go through it on your own, and not rely on somebody else being able to schedule something. You would have more control over your own destiny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I already requested the slides, then got them off Krista.
Okay. I will have a conversation with Sarah and the other platinums and see what we can do about getting more presentations over there. I don't know how in the United States, a lot of the recruiting for agents is done via social media, and job boards and those types of things, which, I had to kind of make sure that they were abiding by the rules. In the United States, they're putting jobs up as if it was almost like an employee-based situation, where it's not. And it kind of felt like that wasn't really the right way to go. And so it was more, if they need to identify that this is an independent agent program, that you run your own independent travel business, your decisions, your time, you're your own boss. And so, we want to give as much freedom to the individuals and the individual agents as possible, so you control your own destiny. Again, one thing would be the presentations, or even maybe some training on how to do presentations, or have the platinums give you some ideas on marketing as well. But this go ahead.
I think with the presentations, Ron, it needs to be a UK resident doing the presentation. I think it would come across better, and you'd be able to onboard more UK agents.
So how do we find a UK agent that could do presentations? How do we find that individual?
I am a UK agent and I can do presentations, but I am not from the UK, so the UK
but you'd be okay,
might not.
Tatiana. No, you'd be fine, Tatiana.
Okay.
You live in the UK. You know how the UK works. That's what
Yeah.
I mean. Because
Yeah.
when you go on the US presentation, it comes across like a scam.
The
Okay.
yes, the United States is much more aggressive on their presentations on the recruiting side. You know, the United States, you know, even Mexico, you know, there's a larger percentage of people that book travel outside of the United States, and there's a larger percentage of there's still the majority of people that book travel, but there's still there's a larger there's a bit larger percentage of people that recruit that then sell travel. Okay, I said that wrong. Vast majority of people sell travel, but for those that recruit, there are more recruiters in the US than there are in some of the other countries, is really what I'm trying to say. You know, you might have 5 or 10% of the recruiters in the United States, and you might have 2 or 3% of the recruiters that are in the UK or other areas that, you know, just by the growth spurt. So
I've had Ron, I've had 3 agents. I have 3 of my own agents. 2 of them have left, but I think going forward, obviously with the extra suppliers we've now got, it opens up everything for us. But I think, as mentioned, if you get a UK agent to do a UK presentation and relate it to the UK, then it's I think you'd, like I said, get more agents on board.
The one thing that I found is, as I worked over in the United Kingdom and put the office in place, the one thing that I found is that the British are very procedural, if you will, and very tradition oriented. Whereas the United States is kind of fast and furious. It's like, what do you mean I got to wait a week for this application to be put through? How come it's not done this afternoon?
I always say about you guys over there, a lot more animated than us here.
Well, it's the kind of the wild, wild west over here.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas in the United Kingdom, it's like, okay, we're going to go have a spot of tea and we'll talk about it. And then, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, no problem. I mean, it was kind of, you know, when I came over there to do the ABTA, I could have done the ABTA presentation by Zoom call. They offered it to me in Zoom call, but I got on a plane and I flew over there because I knew that if I did it in person, it would be a lot better. And as you know, that worked out really well. But, you know, I have to also remember that, you know, different countries have different styles, and we want to honor that because you don't do business the way we do business. And that's not good or bad. People in the United Kingdom are much more hesitant, or, you know, the United States is, you know, they'll buy off the internet, whereas, you know, within the UK, they want more trusted. They want to work with somebody that's more trusted, that has the background, that has the, you know, and so the face that we put forward over there, I want to make sure that we're doing it appropriately. I mean, this is a 70-year-old plus family company that understands tradition, that got involved with the wild, wild west. And so we run our company in a way, and we also have to service other countries in their style. And so I need you guys to let me know, like, I love the idea, you know, we need to change the presentation, the slides, to be more UK centric. We need to change the presenter, you know, coming in with somebody like, well, I could come in and speak from a management standpoint and a family standpoint, but for those that are recruiting other agents to be agents, they want someone they can relate to and identify with. They want someone that they can look at and say, yeah, I can do that. I trust that. Rather than some guy that's off, you know, 3,000 or 5,000 miles away saying, yeah, come on, let's go ahead and do this type of thing. So I will talk to David, and I will talk to Sarah, and I will talk to our media staff and see what we can do about coming up with a UK presentation. Personally, I also think that the presentation in the United States is too long. I think it takes an hour to an hour and a half to get through, and I think I think it could be streamlined and more to speak to the quality of the suppliers, the quality of the backing, and I think in the United States, you guys think, when you say it's a scam, they're bringing up more of the income opportunity. Whereas I think
that's
in
right,
the
yeah.
UK, it's all about making the money. Whereas in the UK, it's about having a viable business that is, more sustainable, even if it may be on a less profitable basis, but yet sustainable and making you a good, decent amount of money that you could provide for your family and make sure that when there is an issue that you can be, the travelers can be assured that there's not going to be any problems. So
Definitely trust side of
yeah,
it
I
is
think the
huge.
message is a bit different. I think we should speak to that message. But make no mistake, guys, we want to recruit. We want to have more. Our competition has 20,000 agents over there, and they're all about the recruiting side. What I want is I want good quality. I want to use recruiting to bring in good quality booking agents. And remember, we pay 80% to the agent, we pay 10% to the sponsor, and we pay 10% to Evolution. Guys, we're not making money on your upfront commissions. We're making money on the service fees. We make money on different programs that the suppliers give to us, co-op advertising, these types of things that we help you to promote your business. Our model is different than a lot of the other models that are out there, especially in the network marketing industry. So we're not an MLM that happened to be in the travel business. We're a travel company that uses network marketing to grow its sales base. So I want to come from that standpoint. So I'll talk to Sarah today and let her know that's what you guys, more presentations and more geared towards a UK. And let's, Tatiana, if you want to be one of the presenters, that's great. I'd love to have 2 or 3 of you guys. So anybody that wants to do that, maybe we can set up a trainers or a presenters training program.
That would be
Yeah, I'm
lovely.
happy to do one as well.
Yay!
Who is it? Okay, I got Marie. Tara?
Tara, yeah.
Okay. I mean, you guys are...
to present, but I'm very, very new. So
okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you get nervous talking to people?
not even a little bit.
You're a presenter. And by the way,
You're in, Natalie, you're in.
guys, here's something else I want you to really understand that my philosophy is. You're not salesmen. Okay? You're not salesmen. You're presenting an opportunity. And you want people to make a decision whether it's going to work for them or not. And if it doesn't, God bless them. That's okay. But if it's something that they think that they can do and make some money for their family, that's really important. Because our success is based on their success and based on your success. So give me more feedback. Get to Sharna. Have Sharna send me information. Let's get more feedback on how we can do this so that you guys, we have the suppliers in place now. We've got the payment system in place. We've got the banking in place. I mean, our bank account is with Barclays, guys. It's a tier 1 bank. You've got tier 1 suppliers now. And Sharna, excellent job getting all these in place. Yes, it's taken a long time and a lot of our money, and that's okay because we're in this for the long haul. Anybody have any questions? Tell me what else you'd like to see.
I was going to say, Ron, do you mind sorry, Tatiana.
Don't worry.
You go ahead. I'll ask my question in a second. Don't worry.
Okay. You see, this is the British kindness. Like everyone's so polite. Okay, so there is a new system in place, I think, if I read the email correctly, for paying commissions. Is that only in the United States?
Oh, let me talk about that. So, this is actually very exciting. This is really good stuff. There's a company in the United States, and I think that they are also in the UK. They're called ADP. ADP is a payroll service. They're the largest payroll company in the world, and they handle about 80% of the Fortune 500, the top 500 companies by size in the United States. ADP, so domestically, we use a company called Akimbo. And Akimbo, we pay out on the 15th of the end of the month. With the international payments, we use a company called Wise, W-I-S-E, or Usio. I don't know how it shows up in your bank account. And so with Usio, with Wise, we are limited to about $125,000 to $150,000 a day. So we have to take the international payments and break them up into 3, 4, 5 days. Okay. With ADP, we will not only be able to pay you we will pay you on it may not be the 15th, it might be like the 16th, and it might be on the 1st of the month and the 16th of the month. We may stagger by a day because of the paperwork that we have to do to upload the payment structure. But you will be paid there won't be any of this drawing out of payments. You'll be paid on a single day, number one. Number two, when you get paid now, then you get paid, but the payment doesn't say what, the payment just shows up in your bank account, and then you have to go into your back office and see what you're being paid for. Well, what's happening is that's not being, especially because of the fires and the holidays and everything else, we have fallen behind, and we're catching back up to getting what you're being paid for back into your back office. With ADP, when you get paid, you will have a dashboard. You'll have an account with ADP, and when you get paid, you look at your account, and it says you got paid for this, you got paid for this, you got paid for this, you got paid for this. So all of your payments and all of your information of what you got paid for will be in one single source. That's going to be big. It's going to be big for us. You guys are just getting started now, but this will be very, very advantageous.
Do we still need, do we need a different card to receive these payments, or the Wise card is okay? Or Monzo, or?
You will be receiving an email that will give you instructions on what you'll need to be doing. And we will be cutting over to the new system on March the 15th.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions?
Ron, I was just going to ask, obviously you've asked the question about if there's anything else that we can do to obviously help. I just wondered, it's never been asked, is there anything else that I can do for
you
you
could
guys?
Start working earlier and work much later. You could do a 15-hour day. Or you could start working, United States time, LA time. That worked for me.
Nocturnal, why not?
Hey, at least you're better than Australia. I did an Australia Zoom call the other day, and I did it at 11 o'clock at night because Australia's 5 hours behind us. No, you're doing, on my opinion, you're doing fabulous. And, if she's not, send me an email and I'll beat her up.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll fly me out just to do it, I'm sure. Actually, yeah, does somebody want to?
Oh, great.
I'll get a flight out to LA just to get in trouble.
Guys, look, everybody's got my email. If you send me an email, I will respond to you. If you've got an issue, you got a problem, let me know. But today, as I said, my two big takeaways today are that, actually 3 big takeaways. Number one, I'll get to Sarah. I want more presentations in the UK. Number 2, we're going to get you guys trained up to do your own presentations out there so you can be more efficient and have your own representation out there, and get the media presentation to change to more of a UK dedicated type of situation. And then number 3, make sure you guys are getting the information on the ADP, the new payment program. So if there's anything else.
And you can also take away, Ron, that everywhere is covered in the world.
Everywhere is covered. Yes, you have suppliers now that will cover everything that you need. And if you don't, let us know, and we'll go find them, and we'll fine tune the ones we do have. And this is an organic situation. as you grow your business out there and you grow the sales with the suppliers, we'll be able to tap into the suppliers and get more benefits from them as well. You know, and also, are you guys getting any marketing materials? Charna, are you working with the media team on marketing materials at all?
Yeah, so there is the marketing section on the Travel Cafe that's been specifically for the UK agents.
I suspect it's rather weak.
Yes and no. I haven't had huge feedback about it, although obviously the guys that you've got on here today, they're definitely the ones that are worth asking. I haven't
let's get with some of the suppliers. Yeah, let's get with some of the suppliers and see if we can get them to give us, you know, on an ongoing basis, if they could schedule giving us specials that we can promote.
They do update their websites weekly with a huge amount of offers. I am selective in what I send through because some of them just have hundreds and hundreds on, and it looks like it would become more of a task for people, but they all have access to them themselves on the websites, and that's all been gone through on the training as well.
Okay, good. All right. Well, unless you guys have something else, I don't really have anything else to present at this point. I will make the calls and we're doing this call. We're doing this once a month, right?
Yes.
And it's the first Thursday. It's the first Thursday of each month.
I believe, yeah.
As you guys grow, then we'll add more calls to this as well.
Perfect.
All right.
And I will be back in 15 minutes for anybody who's on the training.
Tara, whatever your commission issue is, email it over to me and we'll get it researched today.
Thank you very much.
Okie doke.
Oh,
All right,
Thank you,
guys.
Ron.
Thank
get out there.
you.
You guys have a great day and we'll be in touch and we'll get some more information out to you.